Mama was accused of the Airbus. Only say strike for investigating.
Sure.
When somebody dash him a Ford, and you say only say they investigated.
Yeah.
What is the point? Whoever you mention, if you mention Uncle Thompson, if you mention me, mention you, the BNI will investigate it.
Okay.
Even if you mention the president, say this criminal, it's about the president, the daughter, the wife, or whoever, they will investigate it.
Yeah.
Yes, they will investigate it, and the president will see the report, and they will leave a copy in the archives for future generations.
Yeah.
We are the only people who rise above partisanship.
Can say the city now.
Exactly.
As
so
it is.
they will investigate.
That's it. Until where the
So to come to this case, well, if he had left it for the necessary authorities, have done their necessary inviting on my without coming giddy say, oh, maybe Charles say plain I would bano and you're right near idea. Naka assembly do baby edu. He jumped the gun. Felix jumped the gun. He should have tell my Okasanumbu. Now omoa the key people from the 3 or 4 a year on by ways our committee as on investigating on. No more set up. Fighting. Oh, now we've got the information.
From where?
From the BNI.
I asked my people too. Which I have people I ask.
When the
Do you know very well? Say it doesn't take one day. Say oh now I committee. They take they do thorough things before they invite you. That is why I catch us say after now no phone call and I let them phone call in team for your
and they do a lot of things.
If it hasn't gone, how would they walk in his house?
You will get your information, then you can ask your question.
There be a some common
maybe, but sometimes let the person land.
So to me, I didn't see. So to me, can it be do baby? I'm a now, my person won't say yes, more when I'm there. I said, 6 years to me. Oh, they be any let me tell you something. See, when idea Kosono, it will take government just a small AE to do the necessary investigations. Say this and this and this is what I've come to realize, and I'm being as intelligence. Yeah, say the word intelligent.
And I'm not saying you say intelligence. He might have heard in using it.
Information.
But he's used it, say intelligence. That's why I'm still using the word intelligence because I want to state his word that he used. Menyas asked me, into ye per se yet bibi wo ho. Coupled with the fact say, nyama bie sisi a up to now yente ho hwe. You're saying that the police could have briefed us. The police could have come out and said that, oh, they are still working on the AE. My friend saying the Saperman, Semana, the cocaine, and semi also. They can just tell us, and it will end there. Then everything will go on. Saperman, I'm glad so can say, even the house now, you can arrest one. The person who owns the house, you can ask the person questions because he knows very well. The mere fact that the house, if you are rental, in Chelsea, you can do any illicit activities over there. Who to me? Because me dey fear man say betima e say me hu dia wo dey fear ne koye say wo dey koye ejuma ana wo dey koye me friend say business me friend say fear residence say e bi ashawo na ekotena ho no ma ba ashawo ana bibia you need to know because assemble says here say ni pakunu ehu na wo na ye be chew
yeah
so say yehu Bank of Ghana boxes was serve ye no ma na obeka che say alaji e ti say ma say ya obi asori a me hu akuga na me friend honorable me hu a me friend honorable obi abese oji bibi kakra wo wa na ya to din there honorable me boa
de omo ye no
ana wuni
na Alfred wuni ni say ko ba ni say so a obi a betumi asore betumi aka say me hu say Land Cruisers 3B esi baby na me so be intelligent kire say wo mo de arms pa na kusi baby enti maka aban hwehwem na we so akoka na wo se container bi esi baby na sa container na wo ntu se eye nipa nkwan de aso de gum enti se ne pe gum no intelligence se nipa de gum aye de wo ko baby enti aban ehwehwem when you say obia betumi akanisa say aban hwehwem without wo dia wo hu obetumi abo aban hwehwem no so obia betumi say ya ne san so a say moye wana abo
betumi abo aban no anybody can help the EE because even ordinary people are more honor. I can say, oh, more any information, give it to these people, and the person anybody can work to do that EE, and that is why all companies act near the end. Once there's a whistleblower, no, even the whistleblower is protected.
Who is for the whistleblower?
Isn't he?
He didn't come in the group of a whistleblower.
But TV said he didn't come here and not and no some press conference. I know a form of whistleblowing. Okay, that's it.
So at the end of the day, no, maybe at the end of the day, no, you don't need to take faced masked people. Now, omudu mi fie na ye bisa say na then mum frame mum ye hwe na mo ba mi fie keke say mo be che me say me nko me ndi mo echi nko na mo say even our faces is enough evidence say we dey echi
na obi na wa chef max dey be then wo hu ni face amanaka sa
aka say faces the first two people according to him no omo dey omo nche
according to who
were more than two who were not departure
according to Akugan
na according to Intim for Johnson no
me fa na say mo say enu ni truth no
I'm saying Intim for Johnson catch we say ni pa ba wo nyina hye mask na bi no mo ye plain face.
Maybe sense of nyina hye ana mo nyina ye plain face but o can say no I'm taking his word say yen fa no say your numpo a should that be the status quo? Well, sometimes when they talk I'm sure mo din almost say oh na to say mo say mo yi your friend saying I so west wagon no say Crawford mask yes mo say reset is that the reset doing the same old things is that the reset
na we mo ko mo bobi
me say is that the reset
we san to kwa agboro wo mo
do you know why ebro buy no
agboro afin
wo ko gina baby a ebetu medical motion ba na ko ka say wo ku obi wo nani fie a na you catch yourself jai but it can bring fight it can bring war
you are justifying.
It can bring a you think it's right
you are justifying
you think it's right maybe some say you think it's right
until no bona so
anyway
but me ko gan so na me doji
na so me sama na me to see ye dey come adeta wo doji
to me sama sam
adeta me na me betina ha no ka che say ye dey me betina ha no ka che say ye dey beto airtime no to airtime na ma because ka che say ye dey go e ti me say question
hold on. Between the two of you, I think we need to find out this whether the operation where they show on TV, the Bank of Ghana boxes, is it the same as the gold bastard one? You guys need to check and see whether they are
the main box. It is not.
Check it again before you get it wrong.
What was different?
No, Tom saying when you leave here, let's check and find out whether where the one, the video one where you see the Bank of Ghana boxes, is it the same operation as? Is it the same operation as the large gold bar?
All right. Ma program remu na am say ne bre kwa be okọ baby
when I go baby
and also address it
I'm sorry ngwe na in cause of
you say
over late
you say I do because almost baby ebeko bia I say nya bi Ashanti region nya bi Western region Western region Greater Accra hampo na no bi go ho I'm so what region I mention dance here northern region you won't be ho you see in some you know akusi say e dey na mo ye dey fa ho munchi obi a o
first of all Meda Energy Minister asset for exposing the rot at the ECG and also corporates at the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. I'm looking at the future of ECG and how to correct some of these things. You can't tell me, say mama obi contract, supply me with your friend is saying cables and then transformers amongst others. Now the destination is at the ports. Edu porter mejumano. Maybe so be close or won't clear utiameka. It is something that the new board, chief executive, and all those things. It should never be said that such a contract has ever been signed. And no nede eka chichiri ababeto electricity company so and electricity company eka ebeto ne so a Agya Kwabena me no mienu ne betua. the percentage that we will pay, it will be heavier than subsidy. Aban be said or the Emma. No two ways about that. We are not so everywhere. They say Richard Ekan, you cannot go to the port and steal even a pin when you're acquiring a pin. It is not true. However, acquiring your fast so edible auction so no. Say over the BB auctioner, the first people that must have the right.
When the owner of the Adiano.
Now the owner is not aware, so Obomenema auction. It's problematic.
It is a cables never an ECG for there.
Yes.
It is a auction there. A ECG for near the mom. First option is a Bobo don't come you. One year tone. Until someone to me, they are near tone. But when I'm
Amanesa, that is why even Apenyo Markins in Parliament said it was some of the things that he couldn't even understand. And he spoke bitterly about it because he has been a board chairman for 6 months. And he saw, these things were not correct. But I'm just surprised, he couldn't stop it or do anything about it. And then it was allowed to go on. The second thing again, that yes, Shesusone said, me, till tomorrow, if we want to get to the root of this particular one that has bolted. So being will be a trying to auction.
Yeah.
What abuse processes, what trying to auction. Obi susuna obetoye, okotria our bank. And no scan so ebeto Ghana Post and Harbor account mu. Into those auctioning no account to cry etua 2 mu enipa kro ko tua ye enade oto ye no records no ho. Let's gather those things. Now you hunu say wa so na ma sa your friend is saying bogus procurement na Andrew ECG ho aye kwakotua no.
Enti be pim na mutumi nyame ye hunu say we ni we dey say we dey kwa bank ya. No, but I don't know the investigation that they are doing with Energy Ministry. I'm not at the ministry, but I believe by this time names must start coming out. The officer who was in charge of auction, the auctioneers, those who bought it, those who signed, your friend is saying those procurement and all those things. Those names will come out for them to find where they have taken those materials to, will retrieve it, give back their money, and ECG uses it. That is what I believe that must happen. Because BBN I'm not there, and say a long process kakra. I believe in their intelligence. Okay. Maybe they have a superior more than what I know and understand. Thompson, I say see me who the cables no be na me ra ho. E bi gun wirem. Na ba ku bi kura na I say Jamestown ho ba bi o say. Enu kwa dem group baby e ton e friend say na dey bi scrap dey la bi ho na egu. Ni nyina fresh.
And you see, some of the scrap dealers must also be properly sanctioned and properly because what to make koye a kwine foforo near the dadie atoso
na obi abi condemn for no
ye kwakọ nane no some of these people must be licensed for us to know say who bibi na eye aban dia anase yekura na you cannot
buy. After Thompson, where are you, bro? What videos in the pictures in the say on my sikapa na cables ye pe cable kura dia to atwen kane akwa kura bia se bi ni ho na cables bebrebe me hu bi o greater Accra me hu bi o Eastern region me hu bi o Central Western voter na me hu bi me ti say bia ko bia bia show na fe no mo hwe mu a enya bro. Why should we do this to ourselves as a country?
I'm glad say Akugan Wama ye who say minister no na kosi abutre na we get a concrete evidence from the committee. They all can a simple things are like the committee should have been able to do it. Also be catch them say 1,500 containers are here at port. Now at the end of it all, no, you can get the information from the port. Like my brother Richard Kai. Sa container and moving from one terminal to another. And no say aye we o. Oko America say we jani. And no say aye we o. Oko America say we jani. O dey go.
Me no net studio out so
say jani. Mama ka asem na san wako. Mama wie ma asem na san wako. Masa. Ye ba studio. Ye na ye wo bibi ko. Ye ba studio. So kwa na chese we dwane.
Onwane.
O we dwane. Ye nkasa. So ye nkasa wie masa. Wo na wo be che say ye nko time a ye be.
Na simple a.
Okay no miss me ko.
Wo ko enyi. Wo de wo ko enyi.
Na guess this.
Wo kwa me ka say we dwane.
O say kwan.
Minister mo asem. Me be say ye come to the end. I can't less than 30 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you. Into the American, they say they could have investigated this to the end and at least brought certain names. Hannah Felix say, "Be escape boat meeting us." Not to rush and come and give us information half-baked. Information any way say audience knows so no chete we dwane because me come minister no one say. Have big information because yes sir, at the end of it all it affects all of us. Yes sir, people can cover their backs and it's an investigator me for the childhood investigation films the books they me paper so there are certain questions I ask easily 1,300 the emphasis say 1,300 say 1,500 containers a year report. Woko port na woko to ade woko clear goods mpo a say woko terminal my friend say Gapo terminal na they can tell you say wo container no wo ho ana e wo Atlantic terminal the time and everything a container will leave the port no they have it on record and rather obi an to me say another so for someone to come and tell us say oh containers 1,000 tray a year no enya kakra. And we ask ourselves, what are we doing to ourselves? The biggest problem I have, which I always stated, and I've stated it at another studio, say, you boss of a company, they expect you to sometimes think outside the box. I don't see why GRA to meet your electricity monthly millions of Ghana cedis container beba ECG or the car onto me and say listen, let's open a credit system for me. Me the containers na demorage in channel. Na sika bia ese mituama wo no. You bet if you electricity yes. Okay. So that we use that to pay off. They are Akugan Kai.
You are speaking like a banker.
Akugan Kai bank. NIB.
No, he's speaking like a banker.
Akugan Kai. They are Akugan Kai no say, oh, your friend is saying one man says I'm losing my thoughts. Okay, about
credit
this
between UCG and GI.
I know one. But they are okay about this what do you call it? Oh,
the scrap people.
The scrap people is let me leave his case. Now you're focusing on the impulse of the issue. Containers obi and now obi ato. So on auctioning poor, you will know who bought it as auction. Say GRA ko auction obi nyama and it's a Ghana government product. Yeah. And this is a high sensitive AE. We need to know whether these containers especially got lost before or after handing over.
Correct.
It is very critical. Because now no I bear political. So we don't know whether obi can say na MPP time na at the end of the year. Obi so can say na NDC buy no ye ma om notes almost say om go check here no na over 2,500 containers na e port into e ban say na say 1,003 year and na one na Emma authority ne say national security inko yi 706 containers port when this investigation was ongoing when the Emma authority say 5 containers inko near you know that all these things that are going on we need clear better particulars. This throwing dust into the air to make one political party feel and now Nkofobedji and say, oh, in a political party, against their own. It is wrong.
Move parties.
should we continue? Why you see, that's why I ask you questions.
Say
the questions so I know what dodge. But who person wo here?
You push it. And so you na mu na ma ya nti no mu am kokukuru ba na ma santwa mo say yes I
obi ya sana na ete na yen krofo bufu ye say omo nto aba yes say ye do say omo decide say omo nto enti na ye ntumi awon elections no na obi de o kan say ye be reset na ya ye ni say mo si na ebua ma oman no koso no. Is this the reset? That is the question I keep on asking. Is this the reset? Well, Obia may say, I didn't even want to talk about anything that has gone wrong within the first 6 months. Then I say, after 6 months and now 1 year, no, before I now come and ask questions. Because Ghana, I need Ghana to develop. Now, say, it will be difficult for this country to go on. Say, or my impuntu bia into me back man ye. Because any government who comes will also decide, say, I'm going to sack over 300 employees and block. Any government who comes, but me can say, Obia why Juma edi more than 6 months, more than 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Because it was employed under another government. Is that what we want to do as a country? Is that where we want to go as a country? Nipakuna yefano on ye Ghanani. There are some of the people we didn't look at party coloration. Maybe a MP na my brother my baha and I may juma war young fan say gapoha. No so yeah better na set no so yakasa fa na me ba bofie. Obetumi aboana ma. Na me so let me help you, why not? I don't care whether he's MPP, NDC, QPP, RPP. The mere fact say me na kasa na so memboa no na ekwenda ho na metumi aboana. I don't think it's right for a government to come and decide, say, instead of doing the 25 economy to expand the economy, now, you 133, no, or say 113 was a then or more canon, 123 was a then. I'd rather sack people and block. And people also sit in their offices and take paper and pen and write, say, I'm sorry, you cannot continue with your work, so go, hand over to this person and go home. I don't think
the next MPP, the next MPP government, about powers, and may who be one.
What I'm saying is, when you go on this tangent, what you are doing is that you are inviting the next government to come and also go on that tangent. Because Obi Abba Juma more than 6 years, and now 4 years, and now 3 years. Now we're in a day. Do you think I'll be happy to also let you go? And that is what I'm saying, that we should stop. We should listen. You give people the assurance, say, you are come to create employment. Ejuma na obi ye no mpo mechem 3 obi beba anapa obi beba from area to enyumre no obi so aye from enyumre to the next morning yes na wo che say 133 who can say your 24-hour economy no e je omdo beto onyum mpo say ombe ye 133 now 133 you say I come to sack people and block 24-hour sacking and block 24-hour sacking and block enu na ebe bo ayen
okay.
And never magana puntu aba. And never mag ayeye. And that is why they give us half-baked information. Their echo also were Ghana ports ni ECG no, and the Ministry of Energy no. It could have been handled well, and by the time information beba no, na bibia da super maybe one thing I'll tell the government, and that is why Felix Kasano created a lot of loopholes. The inconsistencies in some of their information, they are rushed to nail the previous government, it's so high, say, Omri say, sometimes Nyama Omokano, and Sisisu ye.
Okay. My main call, Richard, so I'm Richard. Richard, that way is about investigations. Me, I saw about from Mani because I normal said the beast a bit messy, but I see for the sea. Or quite bad, so I said, and she mono echo, send a bear. Obi bi and I said the shame be no between hunina.
Okay, it's simple. We can start from all angles, but yes, start to say or see or call transition. Omumano setting specific number.
Yeah.
Or take it over and or yeah inventory on a whole setting number or home. And you see or call port a call yeah reconciliation. Between number now on the man from transition your home yeah any what happened at the port or call yeah na a certain number ayira. I wouldn't use the word missing. I would have said stolen. Stolen because whoever bought a stolen good is as guilty as whoever sold it to you.
Yeah.
Then if you do a little banking like the two of us have done, or you are into procurement, you know what the shipping rules are. You know what documents are needed. But even for the lame person, one of the simplest documents you need to clear a container from the port, will be. And the nature say, containers has been assigned to somebody.
Yeah.
And when we go to the port, we can have a data to show on this day when they clear container away. And or the call baby say. But remember, containers in here, shipping companies in India.
Yeah.
And so we need to know when the first container.
Where my membrane kakri, just one of the I'm correcting. When you do shipment to a consignee, you can come into an agreement, say, charge me to the port. I will do the clearing of the goods or not.
And that is why ECG has their own clearing agents. And they didn't use it and they went for the two other ones because of things such as it. And so what happened is that they know who has taken which container.
Yeah.
We need to know the first day or the time and first container in Israel airport. It solves all problems. Which means which means because the container near shipping company in India content container no ship owners. So in the search it could be we won't find some of the containers at all.
Okay.
Or we'll find a container without a content. Or we'll find a content without a container because some of the shipping owners. And answer
you will find most of the containers but without the content.
Without the content.
Because
that is the search we are saying. And these are the 4 permutations. Near Minister Nikan NDC MPP politics to raise the alarm, they say your containers are here. And the general public, who any NDC person or MPP person with containers in China. And I say for Papa police not China. But about investigation side need those ones do not come to the general public unless it's almost year arrest in relation to whoever has been linked to the containers. But a simple thing. If I'm the one doing it, all those in ECG who have something to do with the shipment and all that, we'll pick all of them. The clearing agents involved will be picked. The people at the port who dealt with the container will be picked. Baby, containers ni call here. Sometimes we can say call what na ebi copy or tema.
Yeah.
Once you are able to bring all those people into you do the sieving, you will know who is guilty, who is not guilty. And at that point, they are not crime suspects.
Okay.
They are subjects of container investigation. So you treat them properly. They open up and tell you what they know about it. Then you know where the lines are. Then you take it from
So what are we waiting for? So it's so simple, Sadia. And another thing about people, say BBC.
Yeah, I think this one is led by the guys from the National Security Secretariat. And now or see the director BNI and he said from letter. And it's a good BNI for what we are about Attorney General.
BNI say one on a letter.
No, now the minister was telling the BNI, the director BNI said write to us officially. So if you wrote to them officially, which he said he has done, whatever the NIB. I'm saying that in this particular case,
minister,
when they asked the minister said he spoke to the NIB boss, and the NIB boss said make it official, and he confirmed that he has made it official.
For whatever purposes.
Yeah, whatever the NIB will do, it will go back to Attorney General. And there are 2 or 3 cases named the Attorney General Baba here in the press conference. So he answer journalists for beside those questions.
Ya brano aye brane sa na ye beche ahwefo sima be numbi na mo so there but mame yemfa we mfam taw na yenhwe se betumi ayo kakra nanka owura akrasi sapon enka ne nakob narcotic control board pani anka so be kayensa na so bibinti wontumi amma ono nti na ye fa sa opioid and some by sanke bedi ho encommendation say say mabunu pa wonim red prince our videos ni bia manto ni gina ho a dan na de bia to so na ya hwe na ya hwe say when you na sa drugs yi nyina no if you baby na buy na I come here say baby ade na duro no be hwe say no they are so bold to say omo ye the social media no wa hwe duro na gu nsam na wanom drink ko be no anom aguso manom dodo say ba kokora de edro ni makoma different be 7 no say ahe no hwe ni nyina agu mu no nom agu so hwe we call ye mu a wo be bodam no akeka kasa yen hwehwe mu ewo niam ahodo ho special entry points ewo Ghana ha no Richard ye be den na yen to be kase be afiri okra ye betumi abresa na emenya se kakra
institutional capacity say your Food and Drugs Board has anybody investigated them before?
FDA for no
yes there was standard board so has anybody investigated the job they do? No. We used to have an old police officer, or no, he has taken it upon himself, say he will deal with counterfeit. And opium, but all Pepsodent, brush, all the products on the Ghana market. He has done it for I think about 15 years. I don't know where he is now. Ono say Juma wafasa obeya bua Ghana. We are not doing it again. We are not doing the counterfeit in the public space again, let alone the drugs and many of these ones. The local produced drugs, some of them are good by prescription. There's no standardization, there's no regulation. So as a nation, we are expert in talking, but when it comes to doing the job properly, their name say some of these problems were by entering a year establishing Food and Drugs Board, any standard board, then NACOP, then FIC, Financial Intelligence Center, then YOCO, then this, then that. By institutional capacity, and the willingness to get a job done, and this is one of the problems. But about opioid, me feel say public education should be here. NCC, NCC say no money budget. They don't have a budget too. People are helping them privately, but the critical role they play.
NCC assembly
there. Public education. Individuals can do it in the schools and all that, but this is a state institution purposely for that. We Ministry of Information and as an information department, they are the ones set up. Yet himself, many of these things will happen. That's why we set them up. But hey,
Alfred, you be sorry na you share. I can say Food and Drugs of Crown, and your board be your authority. And back your friends say standard authority. When you know, is it tax in it? But be authority in here and I say a board that catch one no to me boy Jumanoa. And who here change say ben authority about at the end of the day no so authority kuno see who authority.
Agya Kwabena, I did back one or Ghana man any patriotism.
A man who do.
Yes, a man who do. See how there. I'm saying Nkrofo pesika saying patriotism, and sometimes it worries me because it comes back to the question: to what end? The other things are oral only partisanship. I'm saying PPP, no, Jama, a higher alphabet, because Obaswa now about political parties, partisanship now about political parties. Obia or government, I wouldn't say it's this government alone. Obia or government, man, or per se, there, on the time, and there's no issue concerning all these things. And that is why, from the onset, make us say, in team for your case, no, it's become that way. Because the present government does not want to accept, say, oh, yen shame, say, ebia, no every woman, na yen correcting. Yes, we have power. No, when you say anything about some of these things, you have to either kill the story early or finish it early or something. Because at the end of it all, no, everybody wants to feel that his government is safe. Under my government, some of these things will not happen. In there, we're inviting Team for Jordan Bell. What if there, sometime in our time, no, St. George kind of airplane BBC, not Tamale Airport. With suspicious goods. No one invited him to be NI things. They investigated and realized that it wasn't true, and they brought it out that it's not true, it's fake and everything. They left it in their shame. I don't know when this raid also started, because all of a sudden the Mokoshe na obijina TV do. Why them? And I was born.
Born as soon as I also.
And I never ban also no original hobby. And another lady so born as soon. I think it was on social media, not TV. Now I say, what is this? I mean, what sort of life is this? What sort of culture are we introducing our children and our young ones to? Wanka cocaine now what's it about weeds. So on your weeds, I say our bed them opium see. Oh yeah, I'll do baby what you catch your there and particular my friend then energy drinker. You get certain enhancements.
Yeah.
And you ask yourself, what are our authorities doing? We call FDA, we call Standards Authority, ACA. They have a lot of workers there. How are they checking some of these things or most of these things? They have people that also almost into shops to even check about expired goods. Because when you go to any supermarket, the first thing, when you take a product, the first thing you have to do is to check the expiry date on the product. A lot of people don't do that. They don't know that they are supposed to do that. In the expression, na expire product no see shelf no the why expire. Who is going around and checking this? Because they are supposed to be people paid to do this. What are they doing? Products are one year FDA certification. Market no do. What are they doing on the market?
Na say nkrofo kura anya Ghana for kura no mukura aduro bi no de nam kodo motonton san for no say
and you ask yourself
they need to be arrested.
Who is checking them? Because arrest one or two, prosecute one or two, and the rest will stop. When they see that there is a serious canker in this country that stops them, they will stop. But if I'm able to sell within a month 1 million Ghana cedis worth, now we be na me all of a sudden 20,000 Ghana. We check for 10.
With them. I am some say nyina hwe ne hu ye pa san say nkoma ye die aba sa no bone ye mrante ne mabawa enum no ho no say watumi anya kwan atie mu ahwe mu ahu se de si say niema na you have no idea. Sanke bia branch onum na nke be take ne be 10 years ansa na e bia ayeye sisi na acha within 6 months 1 year na sesa me humrantie bi and gradually let me say this gradually ebowura bamba adwumanumu yes gradually ye mrantie police for ne na sefo no ebinum asate ennom I mean hu ebinum obo se sabe we mamenka yi white bi aba wanu nchenchen ha sei na komo ntisa nti ade no it goes beyond say bi amrantie bi na hye baby no mo no bibi eka kono ehu pa nti emehwe na o ma yehu bibi na tumi aboa ma niema akose de sese kwesansan hwe ne yi a ya yebeti ye jejereje enti ade besia ne adam asese munya abre ehwe yen ene se medi kankan ye no Richard Kumado security consultant or a private investigator or hwehwe nsemu papa nti so bi nsem bi obabi na sesem institutions organization bi na mo pese mo nye investigations about something and say even private individual krampo o pese ye nhwemu fa bibi ho a this man here I'm telling you is too intelligent I tell you wason papa na adwene mu do pa yana na say na fe so Alfred Kojo Thompson NPP communication team member no Korea no now a former deputy National Investment Bank managing director and afi Godwin Akugan deputy national communication officer one also eba edema and this is somebody can o say
ka say we dwane efise
o say men kan san so no kan wi nti eno ano no and afi na kan ye hwe kwan say owura akresi sapon anka ne no ye narcotic control board pani baba ka yensa na so bi nti no wotumi amma ameka yensa nti no ye hwe kwan say dasene ye nyabre a ye ne baba na ye di koma fa sansem ye ho sense ndubone ho nsam de nti ye fa no ndubone ese ne ma pi ewie ye de nkomo hwehwe ni nyina besi wa na madam team na se se wo mutai chire me yetumi ye munka la prince ahofe na fe YMCA hwan Isaac Isaac Macho na fe me ba yi obo so e wa habi Chris na Chris that yantia boy na Chris so ka ho bi ene wo mo ebo ayi nyina wa hwe so ya dase na mo ye soro so ne akoi asem kuma bi na pesa beka be di ka hyase na mesan e bi ba bewie ene se Greater Accra Regional Minister we oba na menum se anamona wutu no menim se Ghana for dodo no atawachi mesrew Ramsar site a nkrofo afele firi ho nyina disi dan no se wa hya ase no koso esase se yanhwe yi a na se enso eto a wo hwe wogya kwan no so ejiri ma no boroso na nkente saa enso no so anto ancha hibia that means se yanhwe na se enso to den part to for about 2 hours a asem ebesi enti regional minister yada ase minister bambofo no so tawachi den abansa tawachi Ghana fo nyina tawachi Ramsar site o masisi adan afele ni nyina no ni nyina na wo mo so ehye yes ano if possible se mre bi wo ho a ye de o munni se na be ye be se na ho no china bi no ankwankofo wi ni amre ye nyina awia medi de Agya Kwabena me fia me kodan so man ye nua jore oka monami ku no ene di ni na wotweda nti ebeko na yakokota achi na afi mafa His Excellency anase Ambassador Sampia le fie nso na ma bobsha ni nyina hyede medi de Agya Kwabena ho ayadom adase ne ye bi hia akra mu nyina